This is a harder question. A lot of people tend to get this one wrong. But if we use dumb summaries, I think the right answer becomes obvious. So what we want to do is we want to really kind of get to the essence of what the paragraph is saying and what the choices are saying. So it's not about what sounds good. It's about what fits with the pattern of the paragraph. And that's the benefit of a dumb summary, is it's not concerned with the minor specifics of what's being said. It's more broad. It's just kind of like what's repeated? What are they hitting you over the head with? So in this case, we might want to look first and say, okay, what is the thing that they care about? Well, in the sentence, they start off and they don't underline it, but it's there. Digital recording. So something about digital recording, we're going to need to support the main idea as it pertains to digital recording. So I'm going to read, and I'm going to kind of highlight things that I see that seem related, but I'm not really trying to memorize facts here. I'm just kind of getting a sense of what are they saying about digital recording that might help me in this question. Champions of court reporting, though, argue the opposite. They argue that with the increased reliance on technology, that's digital probably, errors actually increase, so more errors. Because digital systems record indiscriminately, they cannot discern important parts of the proceeding from other noises, so cannot discern from other noises in the courtroom. Despite this, a digital device does indeed record everything, but that includes loud noises, such as a book dropping, that can make the actual words impossible to hear. A court reporter, however, can distinguish between the words and distinguish between the extrinsic noises that need not be recorded. Also, if a witness mumbles, a human court reporter can pause court proceedings to ask the witness to repeat what he or she said. In some cases, digital recording, I'm going to skip this so I'm not biased, increasing use of technology as a transition from accurate records to adequate records, says Bob Tate, president of the Certified Court Reporters Association of New Jersey. So, what are they saying? They're basically saying digital, bad. And if I want to say why it's bad, I might go back to that first sentence and say more errors. Increase in error. So that's a dumb summary. It's not even in the form of a sentence, right? It is just a feeling. It is capturing the vibe of the passage, and then we can compare that to the choices. They want something that supports that. So if something talks about digital recording being bad and talking about errors increasing, well, that's probably the answer. So let's look at A, the stuff that's there that I skipped over before so I wouldn't get biased. We're treating it just like any other choice. The digital recording makes it necessary for the judge to make additional announcements at the beginning of a trial. Well, I guess that's bad. Right? Additional announcements. Who wants to hear more of the judge? I don't know. So maybe that's bad. Doesn't really talk about error. But okay, it's bad. It's fine. Seems like it might work. B, requires a courtroom monitor to ensure the equipment is functioning properly. Okay, well, it could break down. There's another person you need to pay, I guess. So it could also be bad because you need the monitor. Fine, that makes sense too. C, it leads to changes in the roles and duties of several members of the courtroom staff. Well, that's maybe bad. To me, that's not a bad thing about necessarily the technology. It's more like an indirect consequence. This, to me, does not seem in the same realm as A and B. Like, even A and B, I'm kind of stretching a little bit, but C, we've moved away from the digital recording, and we're kind of now getting into these like secondary consequences. I want something to be really just about the recording itself being bad. D, it has led to the need for a retrial because of indistinct testimony from key witnesses. So it's bad, and why is it bad? Because we can't hear what the people are saying. So there you go. Notice, our dumb summary still left a couple of choices in the mix, and I didn't cross out A and B. They didn't jump out as being obviously right, but they had something in common with what I was expecting. But choice D was on the right track, and it was much more specific. The error thing really came into focus once I realized I had multiple choices and I needed to find the difference between those choices. Yes, they are all giving me bad consequences, but the paragraph is about error, right? Look at the beginning of a paragraph. It's usually where they tell you the topic. So I want something that's not just about the technology being bad, but about the specific way that the paragraph says it's bad. That you can't hear different things. It mixes all the noises together, and that might mean that witness testimony is indistinct. There we go. So yeah, I would be confident in this answer. I think that when people even get this right normally on their own, they're still not confident that they have the right answer, and the way that you can do that is try to dumb things down. It gives you a little bit of a better edge, because you can point to repeated words and ideas and say, this is why I'm picking my answer. It's not just because it feels like it fits best. It's not just that it feels like it fits best, it's that it provably fits in with other words and ideas. The more you can point to stuff in the writing section, the more confident you'll be, and I promise the better your score will be too.